I am going to quickly provide a quick tour of the brand new personal brand system. And so, a quick overview is that at the top, we have a really quick toolbar that allows us to create a new task, create a new muse, new content, new note, or new story. This is very useful for when we're especially in mobile view and you want to not scroll to respective sections, but quickly click something. And then at the top, we also then have an executive statement. I use this every day to remind myself of why I'm doing what I'm doing. I achieve greatness by dedicating myself daily to ideation, innovation, and creativity. Creation, staying in a flow state, and ensuring my energy and inspiration remain high, and my work is consistently shared. And so this is one of those ways in which I ensure myself that I'm moving my needle forward, I'm filling myself up, and I'm aligned to why I do what I do. Now, the system for brand new and BrandOS is actually operating by going down, starting at the bottom and working our way up. At the bottom, we do have the databases that you really don't ever want to change, but you should just take with caution if you do want to. Then we have a support section that leads you to coaching, the community, and the contacts. We have an AI prompt library that actually holds around 2,500 prompts exhaustively for just about anything that you would need for the use of AI, whether it's affiliates, whether it's branding and design, whether it's business and development. You quickly go to one of these sections, look at the prompt, and then you can actually follow it, copy it, paste it into any of your favorite tools and use it. So there's 2,500 custom prompts that I've written over the last 2 years, helping other people scale and implement artificial intelligence. And so really simple prompts that you can use. And then we also then have tutorials that are quickly highlighting how you do things within the system. And now we get to the self, who we are. And so this highlights me and my personal brand. I can see what are my associated projects, what are my products, and what is my voice and tone, what is my archetypes, what is my core values. But really, this entire area and system is just a journey for you to go through to let artificial intelligence know who you are. My name, my professional identity, my tagline, what is my brand foundation, my archetypes, my personas, my strengths. It's a very exhaustive journey, but the more that we put into artificial intelligence, the more we get out of it. And so this is that moment for you to really tap into who you are and to really discover the depths of you and share that with artificial intelligence so it can better represent you and help write content for you. And so then we then have our story section. Our story section is an extension of the who, but it's really the world that has shaped me, the events and the stories in my life that have made me who I am. Whenever I find a new idea or I'm struck by something or inspired by what my boys have shown me and I see myself in them, it usually triggers a story. And that story is me taking the time to quickly draft it. There's my origin story, but maybe Popeye is a really good story for me to share of me discovering Popeye and the effect that he had on my life. Artificial intelligence should know that because I know that. And that was what shapes me. And so it should also shape my artificial intelligence system. The goal is to, as a story is in your heart and one that is to your mind that you should share, you share it and you share it with artificial intelligence. We then have Wellspring. The Wellspring is very fun and unique because really it's about brain dumping everything that you see online into a centralized place. There are some really good links and some tools for a web browser plugin, a Chrome extension, as well as a mobile extension using the Notion app that allows you to, under any page, share something to yourself and it automatically goes into the Muse. And so what you're doing is building a giant database and repository of things that are inspiring to you. And throughout your entire system, you can make connections and references to them. So I often do that, especially in my brands and my products. I see something, a logo, an icon, a color, something that inspires me. I oftentimes, by the time I get to the brand or my aspirations, start making those connections. And then we get to the vision board. The vision board is really broken out into 12 sections. It highlights my travel goals, the finances, the intellect goals, the relationship goals, hobbies, mental health, career, connection, creativity, lifestyle, health, and spirit belief. The goal for me is to ensure that I am providing artificial intelligence as much about my aspirations as possible. It knows who I was, it knows who I currently am, but it should also know what I aspire to be and who I aspire to be in the future so that it can help me move towards those goals. And those goals are crafted into me writing a personal book, me building a personal brand, me getting under 200 pounds and being much healthier. And then we also then even have a system within that, using our guided prompts and our system, allows you to build a really great smart system for your products and your projects and your goals. And so anytime that I have something, I automatically generate a smart goal for it and I put it on a timeline and work towards getting it accomplished. This is really easy. I have a lot of other goals, but what I actually do is focus on 3 goals every quarter so that I'm not completely bombarded. And then we also then have the trip planner that highlights the trips that I want to do. I love taking cruises. I need to go to Tokyo and I will be visiting South Korea. These are the top 3 destinations and trips on my plan. And so artificial intelligence should know that so they can let me know when there's some amazing deals happening. And then we get to the brand section, which covers my sub brands, the other brands that I'm working on. While I have the brand Kirk, I also then work on Brand New, and I have Make Believe, and I have my card game Carmageddon, and several other projects that I'm working on. So I also represent my brands in here. And you're capable of going through an entire brand journey to build it, your overview, your strategy, building your archetype and personality, the visual identity. You go through it all and you craft your own personal brand in this journey. We build out the personal brand book, the strategy notes, and the marketing plan. I use artificial intelligence, and I also note whenever I'm doing anything for artificial intelligence. And that is the brand section. Then we also then have the products. Anytime I'm thinking of a new product, I actually test it with my MVP canvas. I load up a prompt, I throw in a couple of ideas, and then this helps me to develop what is my product idea, what is my problem statement, what are my target audiences. Answering those questions are relevant to helping you build a thought partner and to test out something before you're actually going into the deep work of building it. Beyond that, we then have our customer avatars and our problems. Usually when I'm building out anything, I make sure that I'm building out great avatars and problems to solve, to validate the market and to not waste my time. I also make sure that I'm very in tune into using the archetypes to make sure that I'm building businesses and products that are very authentic to me. Then we have the content machine. The content machine is quickly an overview of me talking about my pillars. I'm a futurist, storytelling, branding, design systems, and creativity. That's what I focus on. And then I also then have a brand impact strategy section that really keeps me tethered into what is my strategy for myself and for my brands. And then I highlight those through my archetypes. And then it highlights the strategies and the suggestions for content that I should be building. I can build up my goals and my objectives, my content strategy, what is my competitive analysis, my resources and constraints. It covers it all so that I am always represented appropriately in artificial intelligence. And so it knows what my needs are, and I'm not having to put those in newly every single time. This also then keeps artificial intelligence from having hallucinations because it is actually pulling from core data that does not change. We then also have our, resource library in which we want to share things, as well as the raw content ideas. As I have new ideas, but I haven't really taken the time to float them in, I will throw them down here. But we get to the content machine, and the goal for the content machine is to allow you to build content in a scaffolding approach. I start with a headline and a title and an idea, and I work my way down to building a comment system and thread system and images and short form videos and carousels and long form writing and live content and video content, as well as clips and ads. The goal was that with a single thought, how does that spread over the course of time to cultivate into more engagement, more relationship, further building out my personal brand. And so we can see it in a calendar view if there was content actually being scheduled, as well as we can quickly go into the headline title and see exactly how I'm throwing in these ideas. And then I take these ideas and I nurture them into respective pieces of content and let it cascade out through my entire brand. We then have the network section, which is quick. It's just a CRM. Where is our contacts that I have? Who are the sponsorships? What are the companies? And what is the social media? So this is really just a place to hold as much as anything on relationships and people and to stay tethered and connected to them. And then the other part would be my actions. This is me operating off of the Eisenhower matrix on what do I do first? How do I decide? How do I delegate? How do I delete things as they come to me? That way I'm keeping very organized and what do I do on a daily basis? There's still an unassigned and a pin task. So anytime I have something really important, I'll pin it. If it's unassigned, usually that's going to be created from creating a new task. And I will say finalize landing page for launch. And that's it. We can instantly see that it goes down to unassigned, and I'm just going to move this up to do first because I am wrapping that up on today. And so once I complete this video and get it polished up and authored, I will just click it and it's going to be done. So this is our task system. And then we also then have a habit system that tracks our good habits and our bad habits. We can actually go and look at what I did yesterday or actually Monday. What were my habits? Were my good, bad, my productivity score? What is my energy level? You just go through the day and highlight your task as you're doing them. There's another area in which you can manage it and highlight it. There's the productivity for me to say how productive I was, massively productive, very high energy. I was very happy or excited yesterday. And then I would also then be able to fill out a productivity journal. We could share these on a day-to-day basis with our system. Not necessarily recommended or needed. I think that there's an idea that you have privacy, but you can take these to track yourself. And then over the course of a month, I would most likely focus on uploading these on a monthly basis just to train AI on what are my thoughts, what are my patterns of productivity so that it can give me feedback for it. And then there's the note section that allows me to, as I have random ideas and I need to generate notes, I generate this in the system. So the BrandOS system is massively focused on data collection and organization and being a system for productivity to move every single day going forward. There is still a lot more in development, a lot more prompts that are being developed, more integration into Notion AI, but it is at its point of being ready for launch. And I look forward to getting more feedback and growing out this system. And thank you.